You can have the energy, health, and vitality of your 20-year-old self, well into your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. Harvard's Dr. David Sinclair says it's possible. Dr. David Sinclair, one of the world's leading experts in genetics and aging, isn't just talking about slowing down the clock, he's reversing it. In fact, at 54, his blood markers show he's biologically younger than most people in their 20s. And the best part? He says anyone can do it. Today, we're breaking down his anti-aging routine, covering the foods he eats, the exercises he swears by, and the groundbreaking supplements that support longevity. But it's not just about what he does. It's about how he does it. What's most fascinating about Dr. Sinclair's approach is that it isn't reserved for elite athletes or scientists. It's something everyday people can integrate into their routines. He uses research-backed strategies that are available to anyone, and he's living proof of their effectiveness. In this video, we'll walk you through each of these strategies so you can understand not only what works, but why it works. By the end, you'll know the science behind a younger, healthier you. First up, let's talk about exercise. Now I know what you're thinking. I already exercise, isn't that enough? But here's the catch. Dr. Sinclair says it's not about how long you exercise, it's about how intense it is. His rule? Push your body until you lose your breath. He explains that when you push your body into a state of hypoxia, or low oxygen, it triggers a powerful survival response, slowing down the aging process. And you don't need to spend hours at the gym. Just 10 minutes, 3 times a week, at an intensity where you can barely hold a conversation, is enough to reap the benefits. According to Sinclair, this can reduce disease risk by up to 30%. Imagine that. Saving years of your life with just 30 minutes a week. But why does this matter so much? Sinclair's research shows that the body adapts to stress by becoming stronger. When you're in a low oxygen state, your body increases blood flow, stimulates the production of mitochondria, and improves the function of muscles and tissues. These changes don't just help you perform better, they actually slow the biological processes of aging. It's like telling your body, "You're not done yet, keep going." And it responds by becoming more efficient and resilient. But here's where it gets even more interesting. It's not just what you eat, but when you eat that makes the difference. Dr. Sinclair has found that eating less often triggers an ancient survival mechanism in our cells, allowing the body to go into repair mode. He practices intermittent fasting, and most days he eats just one meal, usually in the evening. Why does this work? Because it activates a process called autophagy, where the body clears out damaged cells and regenerates new ones. Sinclair explains it this way. By not eating, you're essentially giving your body time to repair itself from the inside out. And after a few weeks, your body will adapt, making you feel stronger, more focused, and biologically younger. Autophagy is one of the most powerful ways our body combats the effects of aging, yet many of us never give our bodies the chance to fully activate it. Constant eating, 3 meals a day plus snacks, keeps our cells in growth mode, which can accelerate aging. By embracing intermittent fasting, you're giving your body a chance to detox and regenerate. And for many, the benefits go beyond physical. People often report mental clarity and improved focus, as well as better mood regulation. Now let's dive into the types of foods that will keep you young. Dr. Sinclair's diet isn't just plant-based. It's focused on what he calls stress plants. These are plants that have been grown in tough conditions. Think organic veggies that aren't sprayed with pesticides or foods like dark leafy greens. Why? Because these stressed plants produce polyphenols, molecules that help activate longevity genes in the body. One of the most well-known of these is resveratrol, found in red wine. Sinclair consumes it daily, not just because it's trendy, but because it's scientifically proven to boost your lifespan. And it's not just in wine. Green tea, especially matcha, is another powerhouse of these anti-aging molecules. Polyphenols act like natural antioxidants, helping to neutralize free radicals that damage our cells and accelerate aging. But there's more to it than that. According to Sinclair, these molecules mimic the stress signals that activate protective genes. It's like giving your body a gentle nudge to start defending itself. By incorporating stress plants into your diet, you're essentially training your cells to be more resilient and fight off the effects of aging on their own. Now let's talk supplements. Dr. Sinclair is pretty clear. He doesn't endorse any specific brands, but he does swear by a few core supplements. The first is resveratrol, which he mixes into his yogurt each morning. Next is NMN, a form of vitamin B3 that helps increase NAD levels, which are crucial for cellular energy. Without NAD, our cells lose their ability to repair themselves, which accelerates aging. The third supplement is metformin, a drug used to treat diabetes but also found to lower the risk of heart disease and even cancer in some studies. While controversial in some circles, Sinclair believes it has powerful potential for extending human lifespan. The reason these supplements work, according to Sinclair, is that they target the body's natural defense systems. Resveratrol activates sirtuins, a group of proteins that regulate cellular health and longevity. NMN boosts NAD production, which fuels cellular repair and keeps our mitochondria functioning efficiently. As we age, our NAD levels naturally decline, leading to a loss of energy and cellular breakdown. By supplementing with NMN, Sinclair essentially gives his cells the fuel they need to keep operating at peak performance. But it's not just about what Dr. Sinclair eats. It's also about what he avoids. And here's the big one: sugar. According to Sinclair, sugar is one of the worst culprits when it comes to aging. It spikes insulin, increases inflammation, and feeds cancer cells. But it's not just sugar. Bread, especially white bread, has the same impact on your glucose levels. Sinclair explains, if you eat a piece of toast for breakfast, you'll feel great. But soon after, your blood sugar crashes, leaving you hungry and foggy-headed. One of the biggest problems with sugar is its effect on insulin resistance. Over time, high sugar intake causes your body to produce more and more insulin to regulate blood sugar levels, leading to a state where your cells stop responding properly. This can trigger a cascade of health issues, from diabetes to heart disease. By cutting sugar, Sinclair has seen dramatic improvements in his energy levels, mental clarity, and overall well-being. It's not about total deprivation. He still enjoys treats occasionally, but it's about understanding the impact of sugar on longevity. And while it might be tough to hear, meat is another food Dr. Sinclair recommends cutting down on. He's a fan of plant-based proteins because they activate your body's longevity genes more efficiently than meat. It's not just about avoiding saturated fats. It's about giving your cells the right signals to thrive. He's also moved away from dairy, not because of an intolerance, but because he noticed improvements in his cholesterol and triglycerides after cutting it out. His take? The science says plants give you more bang for your buck when it comes to longevity. But cutting out meat and dairy doesn't mean you can't enjoy rich and satisfying meals. Dr. Sinclair often emphasizes the importance of finding delicious alternatives, such as plant-based protein sources, and incorporating a wide variety of vegetables to ensure you're not missing out on flavor or nutrition. This shift has made a profound difference in his health, and it's a change that's more accessible than many might think. So what can we take away from Dr. David Sinclair's approach to longevity? It's not about extreme diets or crazy workout regimens. It's about smart, scientifically backed changes that anyone can make. By exercising smarter, eating less often, and focusing on stressed plants and key supplements, you can unlock your body's potential to stay younger, longer. Remember, longevity isn't just about living longer. It's about living better. Dr. Sinclair's insights are revolutionary because they're grounded in science, yet simple enough for anyone to apply. Whether it's making small tweaks to your exercise routine or cutting back on sugar, these changes add up over time. The road to a longer, healthier life is right in front of you, and it starts with these small but powerful steps.